Yo, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Light Talks Football, and welcome to your match reaction for Hull City nil, Chelsea 4. And yeah, it's Liam Senior returns to his former club, um, both as a player, as a manager, and went away to their stadium and beat them by 4 goals to nil. Neto scored a hat trick, and SFL scored a single goal. And yeah, Chelsea are comfortably through to the fifth round of the FA Cup. And so far, the league we've seen the FA Cup, Chelsea scored 9 goals and conceded only once. Absolutely crazy, man. And and while I was watching the game, yeah, the commentator said if whenever Chelsea beat Hull City in the FA Cup, they win the final. So let's hope that this result can put Chelsea into the FA Cup final under Liam Senior, which I don't think that's going to happen. But listen, anything can happen. But yeah, man, 4-0 win. Good win today. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So Lewis Senior made about 7 changes to our 2-2 draw against Leeds. So there was no Cole Palmer. There was no who was not there. There was no Chalabar. So yeah, just a few changes, and yeah, Sanchez was stood in goal. James was back and he was playing as a right back in this game. Fofana was playing as a right centre back, and for the first time under Liam Senior, Mamadou Sarr played for a Chelsea debut. I'll speak to him in just a moment. Hayter was playing as a left back because obviously there's no Cookway because of a hamstring injury. The midfield was the same: Caicedo and Santos. Pedro Neto was playing in the 10, even though in the lineup he's playing on the right wing. Ezeval played in the 10, but he's actually playing on the right wing. Garnacho still plays the left winger, and Liam Delap was playing up top, and I'll get to him in just a moment. But yeah, the first half started a few shaky, like, Hull City, playing a 5-for-1 as usual. But you can see the last game against Leeds United, they played a 5-for-1 and we dropped points. But today, Hull City, against Hull City, we managed to win 4-0. And that's what we should have done in the game against Leeds. But only difference is that we kept a clean sheet, unlike Leeds. And also, Hull City, yeah, are no mugs. They're not like, like a little club. They're currently fourth in the championship, and they're trying to get back into the Premier League, which they haven't done since 2017. So Hull City are a very good team. They really are. But the fact that we put four past them tells you that Liam Senior is making Chelsea play some another really good football, especially in the second half. But in the first half, we started off a bit shaky. There were times where we kept losing the ball, and Hull City were just counter-attacking us. Like whenever teams play a 5-for-1, they all say to themselves, allow Chelsea to dominate possession and just try and hit them in a counter-attack. And that's what Hull City did, and it caused us problems. Like, there are a fair few chances, but the best chance was when James was a bit shaky, I believe in the 21st minute, because allowed, let Chelsea get a goal kick, but he doesn't realize. But what James didn't realize that there were two Hull City players marking him, not one but two. And when he didn't do the talks like clear it out, one of the Hull City players, went past him, and then the striker had a shot, but Mamadou Sarr brilliantly, makes a really good block. So that was the only best chance that Hull City had in this game, where James decided, I'm gonna let this game be a goal kick, but then he didn't realize that there was two Hull City defenders marking him. So there you go. So that's the only shaky moment for James. But other than that, Chelsea dominant possession, and we went to this game 1-0. And yeah, it was a good finish from Pedro Neto, and yeah, Liam Delap got an assist on that one, which was really good. But for me, I was frustrated at that first half because for me, yeah, I wasn't angry with the defense. I was definitely not angry with the midfield. I was angry with our forward today because Chelsea should have at least been 2-0, 3-0 up. Caicedo wins the ball in the midfield. He makes a great pass into Garnacho. His shot was straight at the goalkeeper. And then when the ball went into Neto, he had the shot that was straight at the goalkeeper as well. Like, for me, that should have been 1-0. And then Mamadou Sarr makes a really, really beautiful pass, yeah, into Estefao. He was full on goal. he was on the right wing, and then he went past the goalkeeper, which is good, but he decided to just guide it high. Like that for me, that should have been 2-0 Chelsea at least. That should have been 2-0. And then the chance, yeah, for Liam Delap. Like for me, yeah, like let me tell you something. It was a mistake by Hull City's goalkeeper. They were trying to play it from the back. And then Liam Delap, to be fair to him, did have a, did take a shot for the first time. It hit the crossbar, and then the ball was on the line. Now I personally thought, yeah, that ball crossed the line because I was celebrating, when that ball crossed the line. But when I saw the referee didn't give it, then I saw it was near. I was like, what? And then Liam Delap, then decided to make things worse to take a shot rather than pass it to Estevao, And then I've watched the game on BBC One. Then I heard the commentator said there's no VAR and there's no godlike technology. And I was like, no way. There should be a godlike technology in this game. But then Alan Shearer made a mistake and he said that there is a goal line technology. When I saw it on the goal line technology, it didn't cross the line. So for me, I was a bit upset about that, but I did say that watching the game that Liam Delap should have at least passed it to Esfal rather than shooting. So that decision making from Liam Delap was awful. But yeah, that was three big chances that we missed, and this is why for me, yeah, why Chelsea will not be in the title race because defensively we're poor and going forward we're poor, and that is why we don't kill teams off. And this is why Chelsea is signing Chelsea window needs to sign a better winger and a better striker because yeah, if it weren't for the chance, if we would have gone to this game 0-0, Hull City will be very happy, because they know that Chelsea kept wasting chance after chance after chance. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm happy that I went to this game 1-0 at halftime, but I'm saying, but I said, yeah, on my Instagram, make sure you guys tune in. The second half, Chelsea need to be more clinical in the second half because we cannot allow Hull City to score and let them get back into this game. We need to take our chances in our second half and do way better. So the first half, it was good. But then what Lewis said at halftime really worked because the second half, we took our chances and we were so much better. The second goal came from a corner which Neto scored because he took a corner. Now on FootMob, it said that Hato, scored. But when I look at it on BBC One, the commentator said that it's actually Neto's goal. So I had to look at it back. I had to rewind it a few times. And yeah, from one angle, it looked like Hato got a touch, but then from the other angle, it actually went all the way in. So Hato then actually scored. So it's actually Neto that scored from a direct free kick. So yeah, it's actually Neto's score in the 52nd minute. So that was really good. And then the third goal came from Estenval, with a good finish. After that miss of a sitter that he did in the first half, he redeemed himself by scoring 8 minutes later. And yeah, Liam Delap gets an assist on that one. Really good one and really good hold-up play. Went past that left centre back, decides to, say to himself, you know what, this time I'm going to make a better decision making and make sure that I pass it to Estefan because he's full on goal. That's exactly what he did, and SFL scored. And then that fourth goal came from, Neto, really good in the penalty area. He passed it to Liam Delap. Liam Delap, once again, his hold-up play was really good. Again, he's one of them shooting. He decided to say to himself, you know what? I'm going to pass it to Neto because he has all the space. That's exactly what he did. Neto with a brilliant finish makes it 4-0, and that's a hat-trick. You know what I mean? So yeah, Neto with a hat-trick, and yeah, and guess what, people? He actually played in the 10. He played in the 10 today, and he scored a hat-trick. Now, am I going to gas Neto for this? No, because listen, it's good that he did against Hull, but I need to see that in the Premier League. And I want to say the same thing to Liam Delap. Like, for me, a hat trick of like 3 assists in this game, cool. Well done, Liam Delap. Because in the first half, yeah, he was really poor, really poor. Yes, he got an assist, but he was still poor, especially that chance where he should have made should have at least passed it to SFL, you know. And there were times where he gave the ball and he just loses it, and and doesn't want to shoot. So for me, Liam Delap was poor in the first half, but in the second half he was way better, way better. And for me, I would have loved it if he'd have got a goal today, but he didn't. But the fact that he got 3 assists was really good. The second half way better. His decision maker was better. His hold up play and his link up play was better. So that's good from Liam Delap. But I expect this in the Premier League. I expect this because it's good that he did this against your former club, but for me, I expect you to do this in the Premier League. So it's good. So well done to Liam Delap for getting 3 assists, but I need to see that in the Premier League. I need to see that. If Liam Delap can do this in the Premier League, then cool. But if he doesn't, then for me, then hat-trick of assists against Hull City means absolutely nothing. Do you know what I mean? João Pedro for me is way better than Liam Delap, but today Liam Delap deserves credit. So yeah, big up to Liam Delap. Neto got a hat trick of assists. SFL redeemed itself. So there we go. I think for me, the only player that was really disappointing is when Tosi came on because Hull City in the 85th minute, was through on goal, and then Tosi was way too slow. And once again, if Sanchez would have conceded that, I felt sorry for him because he didn't have anything to do, no saves whatsoever. There was one time, yeah, um, in the second half where, his distribution wasn't that great and went straight to a whole city. And there was another time, yeah, where Sanchez came off his box and missed kicks it. So Sanchez looked a bit shaky, but he didn't have anything to do. And I feel sorry for him if he didn't kept a clean sheet. Because that would be another game I feel sorry for Robert Sanchez. Because he had barely anything to do. Like whole City, yeah, up until when we're 4-0 up, they had chances. Before that, they've only had one shot. So Hull City were better in the first half than they did in the second half. Do you know what I mean? But listen, we kept a clean sheet 4-0. And I've got to say that Jesse Dewey made his debut as an 80-year-old, and he looked good when he came on. He played in the number 10, funny enough. I don't know which position is his best, but I saw him in a 10, and he looked good. So there you go. But yeah, Tosin came on, looked a bit shaky. Josh Adopon was good. Who else came on? Enzo Fernandez, got cooked at times in the second half, but for me, we still won the game, so I'm not going to complain. And I think that's it. Yeah, Tosin came on. Um, Josh. Who else came on? Jerry. And I think that's it. That's all I can remember from the top of my head. But yeah, I thought Caicedo had a very good game today. Should have gone assist. Andre Santos was really good. Hato, superb today. Reece James looked a bit shaky, but I thought he was good as well. And Wes Fofana was good as well. So yeah, it's only Garnacho that really frustrated me in this game. Because this guy, this decision maker was poor, simply cannot take on his man. And for me, it's just, yeah, Garnacho and maybe Tosin are the only two players that really frustrate me. And you could probably say Sanchez, but it's mostly Tosin when he came on and Garnacho. Because at least Liam Delap was better in the second half, and so did Neto. And at least SFR in the second half was really better as well. Garnacho didn't, first off poor, second off even poorer. So for me, Garnacho and Tosin are the only two players that really frustrate me. But other than that, there you go. But yeah, before I end this video, I'd just like to say, Mamadou Sarr, big up, big up. Because on his debut, he was absolutely phenomenal at the back. And like I said before, he should have gone assist if SFR would have scored that chance. But it's not only that, his defending was really good. The blocks, the tackles, the interceptions, the fact that Hull City was through and then he decided to put it out to play. Like Mamadou Sarr was really good, and he gets a clean sheet on his debut as well. So Mamadou Sarr was absolutely fantastic and phenomenal, and hoping he gets game time. I really hope, because that performance today was really good. I know people say yes, it's Hull City, but like I said, Hull City are doing really well in the championship. They're in fourth place. Liverpool's at Ipswich Town, and Hull City are trying to, get back to the Premier League for the first time since 2017. You know what I mean? And it's away from home. Don't forget that it's away from home, and it's Liam Senior, and it's the former manager Liam Senior that went back there. So Mamadou Sarr was absolutely fantastic on his debut, and if he could perform like this year, then I still think we need another defender. But if Sarr can keep on performing like this, then I won't get worried. I will not get worried. I can trust him, and I know he can do well for Chelsea. For Mamadou Sarr was phenomenal today, and hopefully get more game time, and he performs the same way as he did, you know, against Hull City. So yeah, Mamadou Sarr on his debut, really, really good. But yeah, man, listen, after that 2-2 draw against Leeds United, we bounced back. So yeah, Liam Senior returns to his former club, both as a player as a manager, and won 4-0. So there you go. And also Liam Delap, on loan a few seasons ago, played as a player for Hull City, got 3 assists. So yeah, big up to Liam Senior and big up to Liam Delap. We played some really good football, especially in the second half. And yeah, so far so good. So that's 8 wins in 11 games in all competitions. So Liam Senior is doing a good job. But like I said, I'm gonna take it one game at a time, because the teams that we're supposed to beat, we have beaten. The only team that we didn't beat was Leeds United, and that is it. So there we go. But yeah, man, listen, 7 changes. We've won. Not gonna complain, because our next game is Burnley on the 21st of February, because the reason why there's no midweek games the reason why there's only one game a week is because after the FA Cup there's Champions League playoff, and because Chelsea won the top 8, we're not involved on that one. We're not involved. So the likes of Newcastle will get 3 days rest, whereas for Chelsea 8 days rest. So that's a good thing, because we played a lot of games last season, and I don't want to expect to see Chelsea do the same thing in this season. So 8 games west is really good, really good. So yeah, that's our next game against Burnley, and hopefully we can bounce back and beat them, because the fact that we didn't beat Leeds this season is an absolute disgrace, absolute disgrace. So let's hope we can beat Burnley. And yeah, let's hope that Liam Musin puts a very good lineup once again. So there we go. But yeah, in terms of man of the match, I'm gonna give it to Neto. It could have been Saar. It could have been Hato, because he had a really good game. But yeah, Neto deserves the man of the match, because obviously he's got a hat trick, which none of them were penalties. So yeah, big up to Neto. But like I said before, I want to see this in the Premier League, because it's good they did this against Hull City who won the Championship, but I expect you to do this in the Premier League, because if you don't, then that hat trick against Hull City means absolutely nothing. And same goes for Liam Delap. It's good that he got 3 assists, but if you don't do this in the Premier League, then it means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I expect both Liam Delap and Neto to perform how they did, from the remainder of the season, if you know what I mean. But listen, people, 4-0 Chelsea, away from home, and yeah, through to the 5th round. So before I end this video, let me just tell you which teams I want to prefer in the FA Cups. And yeah, so far today, Wrexham beat Ipswich Town by 1 goal to 0. So listen, the teams who I want to face in the 5th round is either Wrexham, Bolton, or West Ham United, Norwich City or West Brom, Southampton or Leicester City, Burnley or Marsfield Town, definitely not Man City, definitely either not Villa or Newcastle, definitely not either Liverpool or Brighton, because Brighton beat Chelsea last season, Birmingham, hopefully, Leeds United, definitely not, because we didn't beat them, Grimsby Town or Wolves, I wouldn't mind, Stoke or Fulham, I wouldn't mind, Oxford United, either Macclesfield or Brentford, or Portsmouth versus Bristol City. The teams I want to avoid is Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa or Newcastle, and definitely Brighton, Liverpool and Brighton. Those are the teams I want to avoid, and I'm hoping that the next game in the 5th round of the FA Cup will be at Stamford Bridge. Because so far, guys, the domestic games for Chelsea have been away from home. The only game at Stamford Bridge was the first leg against Arsenal. That's basically it. So I'm hoping that the next game, the 5th of the FA Cup, will be at home. But I have a sick feeling that it's going to be another game away from home. So there we go. But let's see who we get in the fifth round, and let's hope we can face another team either from the from championship below, because I want to win this trophy. I want to make sure that Chelsea get to Wembley and win this final, because it's been a long time, because it's been 8 years since Chelsea won a domestic trophy in England. Can you believe it? So I just hope here that Chelsea can win this FA Cup, because it will be embarrassing if we make top four but we don't win a trophy. It will be embarrassing if that happens. So there we go. But anyway, people, that's a match action for Hull City nil, Chelsea 4. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. What do you think? Who do you feel is the man of the match? Who also played well? What do you make of Mamadou Sane on his Chelsea debut? And yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. But yeah, people, I did watch the game. I apologize. It's no live watch along, but listen, I did watch the game, and that's why I'm doing a match action for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have done, make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe for more daily content like this one. So yeah, people, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys again very soon. As always, take care, goodbye, God bless, and yeah, I'm out of here. Up the Chels.